"You are being deported. Do you have any final words?" The judge asked, for the man in the courtroom. After 50 years in America, it was over. He looked up, his voice steady, and spoke only 4 words. The court was shocked. Those 4 simple words would change everything. To understand the power of those words, you have to understand the man who said them. Let's call him Elias. He came to the US legally as a teenager, enlisted in the army, and was honorably discharged after serving his new country overseas. He built a life here, got a job, raised a family, and paid his taxes. By every measure, he was part of the American fabric. But a bureaucratic error from his past was like a forgotten tripwire, waiting to be triggered. A routine traffic stop for a broken taillight set it off, revealing a decade-old removal order. It came from a minor offense, and a court hearing he never knew about. The notices were like a critical letter delivered to a house he'd moved out of years ago. He was immediately taken into custody. Just like that, Elias, the U.S. Army veteran, was facing deportation because of a mistake. Back in that courtroom, the final order is read. Hope is gone. He didn't get a real hearing, just a confirmation of that old piece of paper. That's when the judge asks the question, and he gives his 4-word reply: "For the love of country." The phrase hung in the air. It wasn't a legal argument. It was a statement of who he was, from a man watching his entire life get erased. For his public defender, it was like a compass suddenly pointing to a part of the map everyone had missed. Why would a man being kicked out of a country talk about loving it? There was a piece of this story the court had overlooked. That night, there was no magical change of heart from the judge. Instead, those 4 words sparked a frantic, desperate search by his lawyer. The lawyer filed an emergency motion to stay the deportation, arguing that the entire case was flawed. The argument wasn't that being a veteran is a get-out-of-deportation-free card. It isn't. The argument was that the system has a totally different process for veterans. It's like a hospital having a special protocol for a certain type of patient. Elias was that patient, but the system had pulled up the wrong chart. Because no one knew he was a veteran, none of those special considerations were ever made. His case hadn't just fallen through a crack. It had been sent down the wrong hallway entirely. Stories like this, a blend of patriotic service and bureaucratic failure, happen more than you'd think. A 2019 government report confirmed hundreds of U.S. veterans had been placed in removal proceedings. And because the government itself admitted it doesn't consistently track these cases, advocates believe the true number of veterans who have been deported could be much higher. If you believe their service should be honored, not ignored, hit the subscribe button and share this video. The emergency stay was granted. That frantic search by the lawyer uncovered Elias' DD-214 form, his honorable discharge papers. The case was reopened. Those 4 words, "For the love of country," were not a magic spell that changed the law. They were like a flare fired in the dark, pointing everyone toward the truth the system had missed. While this veteran got a second chance, his story is a shocking reminder of the reality facing many non-citizen service members who, after putting their lives on the line for this nation, can find themselves at risk of being deported.